Hello, good evening, everybody. I'm your host, Club, the host of the Club Have a Sports Board, coming to you live right here, Leesburg, Virginia, Loudoun County area. I'm at home right now. That is. So basically, I hope you guys enjoyed WrestleMania 36 Part One. Be sure to stay tuned for WrestleMania 36 Volume 2 tonight, live on the WWE Network. So tell you guys how things went down. That's all I'm gonna get into for sure. I'm gonna talk to you guys also about the fact that a famed Saints kicker, Tom Dempsey, deceased of complications of the coronavirus issues. Get you guys into that for sure. I'll talk to you guys also about the fact that a French point guard by the name of Theo Maledon, he's going to be he submitted paperwork. He's going to be declared for the 2020 NBA draft. Could be virtually, by the way. So think about that for sure. I will talk to you guys about the fact that Rick Pitino is going to challenge his son Richard Pitino to a game over a WrestleMania 36 match between Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE title. I'll tell you exactly what they had to say. So you guys are gonna get in tune for that for sure. I'll tell you that. Also, I'll tell you guys about the fact that Chris Cyborg is training to be in a boxing match, and also Dana White is basically in a lot of trouble. Is being sued. That is, by the way. So I'll tell you guys about that for sure. So that's all I'm gonna have for today, ladies and gents, just for now. So right now I'm gonna start things off with just the fact that just the fact that Tom Dempsey, a famed Saints kicker who made a 63-yard field goal back in 1970, who was born without toes on his right foot. He was deceased from complications of the coronavirus issue. He's battled Alzheimer's and dementia. He is a Lambeth House Senior living center resident, and 50 residents were affected by the coronavirus issue. My thoughts and prayers out to them and their family members, all their fans out there in attendance. I also want to send my thoughts and prayers out to the Saints, all their fans, all their viewers, all the subscribers of this horrific tragedy of Tom Dempsey, the famed Saints kicker that is, who was deceased of the complications of the coronavirus. So that's not looking good. It's a huge loss, and obviously someone wishes to them, and it's just awful. It's just awful news right there. So Tom Dempsey was a formerly famed Saints kicker that is, who was known for making that 63-yard field goal kick back in the 70s, like 1970. That is, Tom Dempsey. He was just deceased of complication of the coronavirus issue, and obviously this coronavirus is a really big deal, and people that got nowhere to go. People, lost everything. I mean, this coronavirus issue has done some damage, and obviously this coronavirus issue's got dissolved, and I don't know what it is. But again, everybody wash your hands with soap, use sanitizer, keep yourselves quarantine at home. That is, stay at home while you're at it as well. By the way, everybody. So please, everybody, please be safe and please be secure. Isolate yourselves from one another by using social distance, and that's all I have to say right there. So it's a tough loss right there for the Saints. I'll tell you that. Also, more than other news I want to get down to, by the way, a French point guard out of the Euroleague and French LNB for ASVEL guard, that'll be Theo Maledon. He submitted paperwork to the NBA, and he's going to be declaring himself eligible to be in the 2020 NBA draft. Now, the NBA draft is still can be virtually, by the way, so depends on how things turn out. I mean, especially due to this coronavirus issue that's been going on for the past number of weeks. So basically, Theo Maledon, he's a French point guard now the EuroLeague. He's going to be declaring for the 2020 NBA draft. So he's declaring himself eligible to make himself eligible. That is to go to the 2020 NBA draft. That is so. Wait to see if he's the youngest ever do so. So hopefully gets there. And I mean, there may be some travel restrictions. That is, so I can tell you this that the NBA draft could be virtual, but it's not going to be in front of a live audience. No, especially due to this coronavirus issue. I can tell you this, that that Theo Maledon, he may probably be stuck in wherever he's at though. So in France somewhere, but I think the NBA draft can be virtual for sure, especially due to this coronavirus issue that's been going around for the past number of weeks. And hopefully this coronavirus dissolves and everyone just enjoy themselves, have a good time, and put this all behind them, because this coronavirus is a big deal. So Theo Maledon is going to be declared for the 2020 NBA draft. So congrats to him on that part. So that's big news there. I can tell you that. Also, another I do want to address, by the way, Rick Pitino, he challenges his son to a game over a WrestleMania 36 match between Drew McIntyre versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE title. And he says right here, if Brock Lesnar wins by tonight, retain the WWE title, you guys, that's Minnesota plays Iona next year. If Drew McIntyre wins and he walks out as the new WWE Champ, we'll play at the Barn. So here's how it is. Now Brock Lesnar retains the WWE title against Drew McIntyre. Then Richard Pitino's Gophers, they play at Iona next year. If Drew McIntyre walks out as the new WWE Champ, that is, we'll play at the Barn. We'll play at the Barn. Now Richard Pitino says that, how about you reverse that offer, and it's a done deal. You can't root against a Gopher. So one of these guys, Rick Pitino is going to give them what they claim for. So my vote for this one, I'm going to go with Drew McIntyre in this one. Pretty much. I think Drew McIntyre, he may have won the Royal Rumble this past year by eliminating Brock Lesnar, that is, which he's done. So I would love to see, Drew McIntyre by the end of tonight walk out as new WWE Champ. And that could happen. It could happen. If Brock Lesnar retains the WWE title, then, it's over. It's all over. So I think Drew McIntyre has what it takes to walk out as the new WWE Champ. That's the only WWE title that's eluded him throughout his illustrious career. And obviously for him, I think this is the start. So Drew McIntyre's going to have his hands full of Brock Lesnar by tonight, WrestleMania 36 Volume 2, which you can catch live on the WWE Network, and that's free. When you're subscribers, you catch it on the Fox Sports app, and that's all you get. So be sure to check it. Head on out to Part 2 of WrestleMania 36, everybody. Stay tuned for that. Stay tuned, everybody. Also, another news I do want to address, by the way, that Dana White is in turmoil, by the way, after a convicted individual by the name of Ernesto Joshua Ramos, who went to prison for extortion, calling it a BS suit that expects to be dismissed quickly. Now, Ernesto Joshua Ramos, he's also a Vegas resident. Different topic, guys. Now, he says that he sues Dana White for breach of contract. Now Ramos claims Dana White broke an agreement that could have paid Ramos $450K for not disclosing Dana White's name after Ramos's 2015 extortion case was closed. Now, Zuffa is UFC's parent company, also in the civil suit. Ramos's attorney, a lawyer who's also a convicted felon, Ian Christopherson, he was convicted in 2012 for tax evasion and his extortion. And he's extorted Dana White for $10 million again. Ramos did plead guilty in 2015 federal criminal case after he was accused of attempting to get Dana White to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for a sex tape Dana White appeared in, having sex with Ramus's live-in girlfriend during at a who was a dancer, by the way, at a Vegas strip club during an encounter in Brazil on October 2014. The woman in the suit says White saw over the course of several months. Now, the woman taped herself and White without White's knowledge. Having said all that, after the encounter, Ramos gets arrested by FBI agents for January 2015 charged for trying to extort $200K from an unnamed businessman. The civil suit says Dana White by civil suit by name of Dana White. Ramos served 366 days behind bars following his guilty plea. Now there was a protective order and releasing Dana White's name on the conclusion of the 2015 case. Ian Christopherson had Ramos get under the impression through White's senses even though that he would have been able to negotiate a lucrative non-disclosure agreement after his guilty plea. Dana White, that is, reneged on the offer on April 2016 after Ramos made his plea. Christopherson complained, saying that the actions of Dana White were fraudulent, oppressive, and descended to encourage Ramos to plead guilty so he can negotiate a substantial settlement, preventing disclosure of his actions of trial for personal benefit of Dana White and his related businesses and interests. So basically Dana White right here is being sued by a Vegas resident who was convicted for extortion, that is back in 2015, saying that Dana White was unknowingly appearing in a sex tape, and this woman was doing a live sex tape with Dana White without Dana White knowing it for sure. So obviously this is not looking good for Dana White, and obviously, folks, it just seems that I'm not sure this is going to turn out, and Dana White said something about it though, but probably something that people are probably, not going to be tuned for, but Dana White's going to get this over for sure when he does. So don't know what's very unclear as to why they're doing that for sure. So that comes into question right there. So we'll answer ahead of him. Who knows? There also just another things I do want to address, by the way. Chris Cyborg is taking out boxing. Now she's training for a boxing match, but against who that is? Against who? So Chris Cyborg, she's training for boxing, and obviously, don't know she's going to face against. So I'm just going to wait and see myself. Don't know anything's official yet, that is. So it comes to the question who she's going to face against, but who knows? So I'm going to say right there. So I'm going to say right there, everybody. It's all I'm going to say right there. Now, also, just another news I do want to address, by the way, that I want to say happy birthday to the Queen, the 8-time women's champ, Charlotte Flair. Her birthday is today, and she will have her hands full tonight. Part 2 of WrestleMania 36 against Rhea Ripley for the NXT Women's Title. The question is, will Rhea Ripley retain her NXT Women's Title, or will the birthday queen herself and the 8-time women's champ, Charlotte Flair, once again walk out as the 9-time women's champ when she walks out as a new NXT women's champ by tonight at WrestleMania 36? Does Rhea Ripley retain, or does Charlotte Flair walk out as a new NXT women's champ? Much like how she was in the past, by the way. So will Charlotte Flair repeat history once again, or will Rhea Ripley retain her NXT women's title? Find out tonight, everybody, live on the WWE Network, and that is free for the subscribers, or check it out on the Fox Sports app. So WrestleMania 36 Part 2 is going to be epic. Don't miss out on that. And for those of you guys who saw Part 1, so you just saw Sami Zayn walk out and retain the Intercontinental title. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross are two-time WWE Women's Tag Team Champs. Cesaro defeats Drew Gulak. Becky Lynch retains her Raw Women's title. Elias defeats King Corbin. Miz and Morrison, all those just Morrison. John Morrison retains SmackDown Tag Team titles. KO Kevin Owens defeats Seth Rollins. Undertaker, the American BA, the Undertaker, he defeated AJ Styles in a boneyard match. You gotta check that out, guys. That was trending all yesterday. Check it out, you guys. That was an epic match, by the way. It was just amazing. American BA, Undertaker, defeating AJ Styles in a boneyard match. It was just incredible. I could tell you that. That was incredible. You can check it out, guys. KO defeats Seth Rollins. Braun Strowman walks out as the new Universal Champ, defeating Goldberg. Oh my God, that was an amazing match. So Goldberg, incredible match. Braun Strowman, I mean, he survived 4 spears against Goldberg. And clearly Braun Strowman did like 4 power slams, that is. And he walked out as the new Universal Champ. That's an incredible feat from Braun Strowman, the monster among men, who's the champion among men, the Universal Champ among men, now who's the new Universal Champ. I got to tell you that. Congrats to Braun Strowman. This is well-deserved victories. You walked out as the new Universal Champ. Congrats on that part. And hopefully you have a longer reign. I mean, he was a former Intercontinental Champ, by the way, although this reign didn't last long. But Braun Strowman walked out as the new Universal Champ, so hats off to him on that part. I can tell you that. So what an amazing match that was. Notice it was pretty good, so you can check it out, everybody. Check that out. In other news, I also want to address, by the way, that well, you guys probably don't quite know this. Iona Mayweather, who's a Flynn Money Mayweather's girlfriend, was arrested yesterday and charged for felony aggravated assault with deadly weapon by charging at NBA YoungBoy's baby mama, that is. And now the NBA YoungBoy's baby mama's girlfriend is baby mama is Letitia LaPatra Lasha Jacobs, by the way. Or Lapetra Latasha Jacobs, by the way. So Iona was told to leave. Iona told Jacobs to leave. Then Jacobs tells Iona to leave. Both got to an argument, and Iona says that, NBA boy was fiance. So basically, Iona and Jacobs got into a bit of an argument. Iona held 2 knives, put one on Jacobs. Jacobs didn't feel a thing. And then the second one, by the way, they were at the kitchen. Iona pulled Jacobs' hair. Iona was charged and jailed. Now, if Iona Mayweather is convicted of these charges, of this incident, she gets time in prison, by the way. So that will not look good for that. Now, NBA YoungBoy was arrested as a precautionary measure, by the way. So NBA YoungBoy was home at the time of the incident, but he didn't do anything. So they arrested him as a precautionary measure, and they released him before he got arrested. So very unclear how that's going to turn out. And obviously, if Iona Mayweather's convicted, who also happens to be Floyd Money Mayweather's daughter, by the way. So if Iona Mayweather's convicted of this charge, then she's going to be facing jail time for good behind bars. So we'll look good there. That turns out. All right, folks, another topic I want to get to. Don't forget, ladies, that WrestleMania 36 is tonight. Part 2, by the way. You will see Rhea Ripley take on the birthday queen. Her birthday's today, by the way, everybody. You will see Rhea Ripley defend her NXT Women's title against Charlotte Flair. You will see Brock Lesnar defend the WWE title against Drew McIntyre, that is. You'll also be seeing Angel Garza and Austin Theory get the opportunity to face the Street Profits for the Raw Tag Team titles. You'll also be seeing Bayley defend their SmackDown Women's title against, well, Lacey Evans, Naomi, Tamina, and Sasha Banks as well. So, not looking good for Bayley, by the way. So, there's an outcome, I can tell you that. You'll see John Cena versus the Fiend Bray Wyatt in a Firefly Funhouse match. Some I honestly can't describe right now. I have no idea what a Firefly Funhouse match is. And obviously, hopefully, night 2 turns out awesome. Like last night, that was part 1. So, be sure once again, everybody, to catch WrestleMania 36 Part 2 live on the WWE Network. Catch on which free subscribers. Catch on the Fox Sports app, Roku, Xbox One, Android TV. Catch anywhere you want to, guys. So that's all there is to it. Be sure to enjoy it, everybody. So like I say, well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do right there for the Khalil Darrell Sports Board. Please be sure you always like to subscribe to the Khalil Darrell Sports Board YouTube channel, Facebook page, by all means necessary. Be sure to send me your comments, reaction, your thoughts, and send your thoughts and prayers out to the Saints. As many of you guys know, that Tom Dempsey was a famed Saints kicker who was known for kicking that 63-yard field goal back in the 1970s. Was deceased due to the complication of the coronavirus issue. So, thoughts and prayers out to the Saints, all their family members, all their fans, workers out there. This historic loss. Send your thoughts and prayers out to them as they recover from this horrific loss. By the way, wash your hands with soap or use sanitizer. By the way, everybody, please do so by any means necessary to get rid of the coronavirus forever. Be sure to send your birthday wish out to Charlotte Flair. Her birthday is today. Now, will she walk out tonight as the new NXT Women's Champ on her birthday? Please let me know in the comment section if you think she will. Let me know about the comment section if you think she's not against Rhea Ripley. Please let me know in the comment section some of your votes, your applies, your thoughts on that as well. I'll definitely address response to that for sure. Tell me if you think you want to see Drew McIntyre walk out as a new WWE Champ, by the way, by the end of tonight. Let me know about in the comment section. I will address a response to that for sure. Please send me your thoughts and your replies and your responses on a Pitino challenging his son to a game over WrestleMania 36 match with Drew McIntyre versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE title, which you catch that live on the WWE Network for subscribers, by the way, everybody. Check that out. Be sure to send me your thoughts on Dana White being sued. By the way, please let me know in the comment section. I'll definitely respond to that for extortion. Let me know about the comment section. I'll address the response to that for sure, by the way, everybody. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say, everybody. So I'll be having more breaking news in terms of what leads to influence, a whole lot more than the Cloud Sports Report, all things sports related to everything. So catch WrestleMania 36, Part 2, tonight live on the WWE Network, free subscribers, Fox Sports app, Roku, Android TV, PS4, Xbox One. Catch them where you want to, guys. So that's all I got to say. So take care, everybody. Enjoy WrestleMania 36 Part 2. Wash your hands with soap or use sanitizer. That's all I got to say. Take care, you guys. Bye-bye.